Should aim for an insurance break in this set, because the last set proved the danger of not having one.
Second service.
Well, one of the most unorthodox returns I think you'll ever see.
It could have bounced back over the net. That would have been the final idiocy.
Good start here for her. I'll just let you in on how good a match that is out with Sarkisian Mathieu, and I think USA Network right now are holding up the second women's match that's supposed to be on. Venus Williams against Shana Rubin, just to wait till the end of the match. And Sarkisian 3-2 up in the tiebreaker.
I don't think it would be fair to put on a match anywhere near what you can hear going on in that Sarkisian match.
Well, they're actually showing it. We've been told they're actually showing it on the Arthur Ashe big screen.
Yeah, that's the shot. Henman has had an injection of life at the moment. He's playing some very good tennis.
Well, I don't think they'll wait for the end of this one before Venus Williams takes her stage on Arthur Ashe court, because this one has got a little distance left in it.
Well, he chopped the pace off that pretty well, Tabara, because it was a good attempt at a pass by Henman.
Henman just indicated he didn't think that Tabara knew too much about that. The Czech smiling. He's didn't know an awful lot about that. I wonder how important that point might be if Tabara hangs on to his serve.
One break point remaining. Key point too.
Yes.
Was unable to get the second break in that third set, and again struggling to get it here.
Advantage. Tabara. Second service.
Sarkisian has just set a new record here at the US Open for being on the court the longest for 2 matches consecutively. 9 hours 44 minutes Sarkisian has played over his last 2 matches, and that one still not over.
They breed them tough in Armenia.
Breed them tough in Oxford, because Henman showing some good resistance.
And Barnes. Now come on, Tim. This is the point you needed in the last set. You need it now. Not that we are biased in the least, of course. What a brilliant shot by Henman, a recovery shot, really under pressure. That was something else, and he's got his double
Henman
break.
is right, 3-2 love, fourth set.
Special electricity in the air here. And Henman better keep plugged into it. He's got the new balls. There should be no let up by him in his ability to stay ahead.
Love 15.
You've got your man down, you want to keep him down. This is such a vital service game. Takes this one, goes up 4-love. I feel that this set will be a walk in the park. And Sarkisian's done it. Just incredible scenes, incredible noise, I think. I'm probably putting Henman off to a certain degree. You have to feel for the Frenchman over there, Paul-Henri Mathieu, couple of match points, 2 sets to love up. Third time in his career he's lost that sort of lead, but Sarkisian is the hard man of tennis here at the US Open.
Henman squandering this point, squandering one of these breaks of serve, the insurance break. I'm not looking very happy about it.
I think Henman struggled to concentrate in that game because of all the happenings going on the grandstand court. Throws his towel away in disgust. I tell you, it's going to get it busier on Louis Armstrong right now as well, once all those people leave that court to come over and start watching Henman.
Take your seat, please.
One break recovered then. 1-3.
Second service. Fifteen off.
Showing how dangerous he is again, and he begins to catch up. Serving very well.
Excuse me. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me.
Again, people moving behind Tabara.
Pretty fierce hitting by both men.
And I think everything that's happened here this evening just goes to show and underline why this is such a tough Grand Slam to win. And there's so many other extra things, outside things that you have to deal with.
Excellent game by Tabara. He's still a break behind, but looking very menacing again.
Fourth set. Tabara by 2-1.
He certainly is, Billy. I think very menacing, and something that Henman sort of needs to do as well is just to get a little bit more fire burning inside, a little more intensity, whether that's going to have to come through a little negative energy and getting frustrated with something, but he certainly needs to just get the edge back to his game. certainly this a big opportunity for Tabara. You don't expect him to squander it if the moment arrives, but for Henman, he just definitely needs to get a little more bite on his serve. So you have to hand a lot of credit to Tabara. It's one thing to come through the qualies, play a couple of good matches, but to maintain that sort of form and that level is an impressive thing.
Yeah, it's been a strange match by Tim Henman, really. Spasmodically, he's played some beautiful tennis. But having said that, nowhere near as good as, for example, he played against Golmar, when he really did show that he was a top 5 player. Which he has been, of course. Top 5 for a time. He was even poked his toes at the
Thank you.
number 4 in the world for a short time as well. And a good run in this championship might take him back up there, but this has not so far been one of his stellar performances. This game coming up here, very, very important indeed, to keep this break of serve and not squander it, as happened in the 3rd set. So this game, crucial.
Trying to get himself into net, but didn't really hit a particularly good approach shot. Too much time for Tabara.
Now that is something else, that shot. He sort of screwed it into that corner.
15 all.
He's almost got he's sort of being forced into hitting these types of shots. Anything that Tabara can lay his racket on, he's making some good passing shots or good winners from the back. Wasn't a million miles away. Just struggling to get any cheap points with the first serve. He's actually won more points with his second serve percentage-wise than he has with his first.
I always feel Tim Henman is slightly safer going to the net on the Tabara forehand than he is on the backhand. The backhand has been threaded past him so often. Forehand is a menace as well, because he loads that with quite a lot of topspin as well, so he dips in. But he also has made quite a few mistakes on that wing. 40-15. That's good serving. And a good consistent effort throughout that game.
Well, the Zoo has escaped from grandstand court, and I think things a little calmer now on the Louis Armstrong court.
Oh, how disappointing. I hope we'd have real clamour here. You never know, we might still. I bet the players will relish the fact that they can play in a little bit of calm and concentrate.
Made some measured moves into net, Tabara, and again you could see that Henman only had one choice but to chip it back. It was all over the net. Incredibly, for the shorter man in this match. He's out-acing his opponent. 10 aces to 9.
Yeah, Tabara.
Yeah, excellent serving. All done with a smooth rhythm.
Henman is by 4 games to 3.
And he stays in
Tabara
touch.
by 2 sets to 1.
4-3. So he's serving here, as he was in the second set, to try and reach 5-3.
Tabara's certainly not going to make Henman's life easy to achieve that aim.
Love 15.
His movement, Tabara's movement, has been excellent throughout. He's had the trainer out though, looking at one of his ankle areas. And he's showing absolutely no signs of discomfort or lack of speed around the court. Pretty good second serve. He really laid into that.
Yeah. The flat, heavy, fast serve that doesn't really have enough width to it. Tabara loves that. He's looking for it. It's difficult to get it sort of out of his slot. But the kicking serve, a little more movement on it. He hasn't dealt with that as well.
30-15.
There we go. Got the placement right that time and the pace.
He likes doing a bit of line judging.
So Henman gives himself a little bit of breathing space in this game.
Still a game point remaining, and this guy remains snapping at the heels.
Yeah.
Good serve, because I'm sure Henman has hoisted in the fact that he is going to get these occasional errors off the forehand. Whereas the backhand and the backhand return of serve has been very dangerous and well played by Tabara so often.
This match coming down to sort of mental fortitude more than anything else. Henman at the moment proving stronger in this fourth set.
What a brilliantly judged shot that was.
15 up.
It was really the shot before, wasn't it, that won him the point there. Clever little shot there from Tabara. Henman with no option but just to try and knock it down the line.
He's had a fantastic number of half volleys to play around the baseline area. A tribute to the length of Tabara's hitting throughout the match. That's something he hasn't really found all that easy, has he, Mark?
No, he hasn't. I mean, again, you have to give credit to his opponent for the type of serve that he hits to make Henman's life uncomfortable, but Henman unable to exert any pressure on this particular game.
Stays very much in touch. He's absolutely breathing down his neck. And Henman will have to come out and serve this set out at 5-4.
Four points. Henman will give himself a lifeline in the fifth set. And that's what he needs to do. He needs to come out. Certainly the opening couple of points this game, and Henman did a good job in the last game after Tabara had nicked the opening point. But certainly, even if it does go to a fifth, it doesn't feel as though one player is particularly dominating. It has fluctuated first to Tabara, then to Henman, then back to Tabara, and right now just about in Henman's hands.
Oh, I think by his sort of body language generally throughout the match, he was feeling exactly the same too. He doesn't exude confidence as he sometimes does. And he doesn't have these very long spells of brilliance either. They're more spasmodic than usual. Tribute again to Tabara's play. So this is a very, very crucial moment in this match, which is really becoming quite a long match too. 2 3/4 hours of stressful play, I would say, for both players. And Henman now serving to try and level the match at 2-6 all.
Thank you. 15
So many ailments on the court. That's just what the doctor ordered for Henman.
He was aiming for the kicker there, tossing the ball well to his left, coming up and over it, so that's going to kick higher. And that's the one Mark was describing earlier. I think that Tabara is finding a bit more difficult. He enjoys pace down there where he is himself, like that, crouching down, low down. He's short anyway.
It's a cheap point really at 30 love, because Henman wasn't trying to hit a winner there, was just trying to drag his opponent cross court. He's allowed Tabara into this game. Well, it's outrageous how good that was. Did he blow on his racket there, Tabara, try and cool it down because it's red hot?
Incredible, isn't it? Half an inch over a net which is about 3'4" there. Boy, Henman can breathe a sigh of relief about that. And that was a dicey
14,
point.
30.
And the slice barely crawled over the net.
Good thing it had backspin. Bernoulli is his friend. Set point. Yes, indeed. Well played, Tim Henman. A valiant effort to break back there and come from 2-1 down to 2 sets all. Now we await the decider. Now, which of these two men is going to really bite the bullet here and take charge? I feel Henman is more of the two players, obviously the more experienced, and with a greater range of shots, more able to take charge. Whether he will or not is the question. Tabara has done himself credit in the whole match, all the way through, really.
Now that's going to be key again, I think. Here we are, 1 set. Super set tennis in many ways. A new concept. And here, Henman looking to try and get up an early break. He's managed it in the last couple of sets. And if Tabara keeps serving at his present percentage, 36% of his first serves going in, that's it.
Yep, that volley proved to be... my heart was in my mouth a bit for Henman there, because some of those marvellous passes could have come, but it didn't.
No, enough depth. Tabara was too far behind the baseline. Henman gave that a little bit more air. Let's just finish. I mean, if Tabara keeps serving those numbers, surely Henman is going to get some breaks in this set. Double faults are coming. Henman chipped Charles a little bit more recently, and maybe Tabara feeling the pressure now.
13 double faults. Pretty unlucky number. You can't start better than that. Love game.
First game, final set.
So that exact scenario has happened in the last 3 sets. This set and sets 3 and 4. Tabara serving first, which should be an advantage in a set, and is an advantage if you keep holding your serve, but broken each time.
At the most critical stages of a match is when your frailties show up most, and that's exactly what happened there. Tabara can't find his first serve, fell under pressure on his second serve. It's not a percentage second serve, it's a low margin for error. Double faults came and Henman off to a flyer.
Yes, indeed. Vigorous, athletic, inspiring. All the things that have been lacking occasionally in this match.
And point play with plenty of authority and purpose by Henman.
Yeah, that's a bad error, you know. I mean, that shows something in his mind rather than his skill.
That's it up.
And I think Henman again showing a great ability to be able to pick up balls that most players wouldn't be able to do. Read it well, used his hands. I still think he's got some restrictions because of the back problem, but I think for the majority of this match he's mastered it very well.
Box it off.
Yep. Going for the wide one. Too wide, but only just. 3 game points for 3-love lead. 2-love lead, I should say.
Box 15.
There again is that hand-eye coordination return.
You can see why the kick and serve, the slightly slower serve, has been more effective, because it just takes it out of the swing plane for Tabara. And again, when he can just do that, it's amazing how often he connects and the ball goes back in.
Yep, Henman rushing to the net must have surely deterred the Tabara from making an effective response there.
So the worst possible start for Tabara and the best possible one for Henman. I think in the context of the year as well, Henman having a wonderful time in the slams in terms of semi-finals at the French, quarter-finals at Wimbledon, and this also, you know, huge when you think about the race, the ATP race to get to the Houston Masters Cup. So much is kind of decided here at the US Open. A lot of the positions you feel you're going to know the characters that are going to make it. Henman right in the mix there, number 7 in the race at the moment.
15 up.
So a little bit of added pressure for him to perform well at the US Open, just to solidify that position.
Not bad practice for the Davis Cup either, which is imminent soon after the end of the US Open. Certainly want to go into that at the top of your form, because Austria is proving fantastic at the US Open here, with a string of players doing well.
Box it off.
It's 13 double faults, but sort of erase those with the 12 aces to Tabara.
Box 15.
Well, he may have missed that shot, but he's showing yet again, Michael Tabara, that he is a force to be reckoned with when he's down. He doesn't roll over. He stays there, snapping away at your heels to the end. Good service game by Tabara.
And then it's by 2 games to 1. Final set.
He stays just 1 game away.
In a minute, he's going to say,
"You sexy beast!"
see, once you've been to a few premieres, you know what to expect.
Of course, I used to get invited to a screening every other night, but now I've cut it down to, I don't know, say 300 or so premieres a year.
I don't have to leave home to catch a single one of them.
Non-stop, round the clock, multi-star, 24/7, 365. Hundreds of movies to match your mood. Sky Movies.
Good morning. Here's £100.
Morning.
Morning. Leave it in my trousers.
There's no better way to start the day than the full flavour of Nescafe Original. See special jars and you could win £100 every morning for a whole year. Nescafe Original. Love the morning.
Well, it's getting pretty much more excitement here in the Arthur Ashe, not the Arthur Ashe, the Louis Armstrong. Louis Armstrong, we're told by our American friends, we should call it, and not Louis Armstrong.
Tabara's first ever five-setter was against Andrea Galdenzi, the Italian, back in 2001 at the Australian Open. He won that 6-4 in the fifth. Lost to Gimmelstob in the same year at the US Open in 5 sets, and obviously his third one was in the previous round against Mardy Fish.
Going for the high kicker again. He went for the long kicker instead.
This match just a minute over 3 hours.
Next. A service.
Got to be careful here. Once again, the ball back on the Henman's racket. On Henman's racket, far too early to prepare a decent shot, and a couple of breakpoint chances here for Tabara. It's a great serve down the tee. Great serve.
When he said he needed to be careful, I kind of in my own mind felt like he needed a bit more carefree, just relax a little bit and go up, chase after his serve. Almost was just a little too careful on those 2 double faults.
Gosh. That run, lunge and hit on the forehand by Henman was a real saving shot.
Incredible speed there from Henman just to collect that ball. Not quite sure what Tabara has to complain about, apart from the fact that he lost the point.
He wanted Pascal Maria to overrule, even though it was well in.
Was it? Couldn't have been by much.
What a fabulous shot. Tabara risking his neck to try and dig it up. Could have been dangerous. Good try.
You don't want to go head-to-head with Tabara over a 30-metre sprint, would you? I mean, some acceleration from the Czech, but absolutely incredible hands from Henman. So soft.
Like a charging bull, he nearly ended up in the first round. Look at this for commitment. No, too frantic.
Just a little too eager to try and hit the big forehand. Henman got himself into trouble in this service game. Can he get out of it?
Well, he really has saved his bacon an awful lot by that one serve from the deuce court, down the tee, on the line. Virtually on both lines, in fact. Once again, a point to sustain the break and go 3-1 up.
That's tremendous return from Tabara. Not a bad serve there from Henman. It's something that Tabara struggled with this evening, but not that time. Climbed all over it.
They're so good. It seems as though he makes up his mind half an hour before the serves even come and prepares himself mentally, physically to prepare that particular shot. And he nearly did it again. That was the very top of the tape.
Advantage, Henman.
That's why he's had the advantage down the middle at times on Dusad. He's just hit enough out wide to Tabara to keep the Czechoslovakian honest.
Wonderful volley in the middle of that point by Henman, as you expect with a great volleyer, but I mean, he really is being tested around the net.
Henman is by Regan Swan.
Well, it's been a patchy performance by Henman this evening, but I also think it's been an incredible gutsy performance when you consider sort of the physical state he's been in this week, and somehow he's managed to play 9 sets before this match, another 5 right now, and again you see just crouching down. He's inhibited with the problems that he has in his back, but he hasn't really outwardly let anybody know.
No, I couldn't agree with all you said there. Very, very gutsy performance, win or lose.
Fetch it off.
But he never seems to get the relief mentally of clear water between him and Tabara. He's always climbing back to within 1 game, Tabara. Nearly got there in time, Henman, but not quite.
About 15.
Machine that caused the service line just going off by accident, just getting reset.
Very clever.
Some point by both players. Henman reading the play so well, as did Tabara at the end. There's a delicate little touch shot from Henman there. Audacious attempt, really, from Tabara to go back behind Henman from there. And delight. And still, it seems, plenty of energy.
efficient 1-2. Nice wide serve, nice wide forehand.
15-30.
Danger still lurks in the scoreline, 15-30.
Well, that's a little rash, really, from Tabara. He scored with some big backhands down the line over the high part net, but that one didn't really respect how low it was and just try to hit it too hard.
All from love 30. Yeah, punishing, satisfying.
14-30.
Especially at 30 all.
Here's a point for a 4-2 lead, final set.
He just seems to pick that up so early. Nothing wrong at all with the serve. It didn't deserve that treatment. But it's one of Tabara's strengths, and it's something that Henman's had to try and cope with throughout the entire 5 sets. Henman, a little conservative backhand, but I think he knew kind of what was in the back of Tabara's mind, and the lower he could keep it, the harder it was for Tabara to snap off a big winner.
Has Henman tried the body serve quite enough?
He's tried every serve. In my opinion, he's had plenty of variety on his serve, but the guy in your picture, some of the best returns we've seen.
Oh, that's beautiful. 1-2, going behind the opponent. And that was a classic example of how to do it. I think Tabara was expecting Henman's favourite serve under duress down the tee.
He had a couple of pressure forehands in that game. Again, you see sometimes Henman on the forehand lives and dies by it, and boy, did he throw himself a lifeline there and extend his lead. It's one of those strange matches, Bill, as well. When you look at the points total, they both won the same amount, but Henman in the lead.
Yep. It's when you win the points, isn't it? Not how many top up.
144 points each.
That's amazing. Oh, yes. Now, that was out Tabara and Tabara.
Henman this time is the one that accelerates on the ball up the line. A little freer after escaping from that last service game. Scored a number of times in this last set with the serve wide. Hadn't particularly done that well with it up till now.
Gosh, he nearly got that over again. I mean, the guy is a total menace with that backhand, I think.
But again, Henman sticking to that sort of tactic, and this is what him and Paul Annacone have talked about over the last sort of 10 months is the clarity of sticking at doing what's the right thing at the right time, having total conviction in it. Well, that wasn't a let, surely.
First service, no worries. I just call a late.
It was again the machine going off, or operator error.
That's yours.
Oh, Henman left it. He thought the ball was long, and
So did I. I thought it was well long. I must be blind then, Henman.
This is in.
well, it's unforgivable really not to play it. I mean, it did look a little long, but still at this stage, with so much riding on this match. Hopefully, it won't come back to haunt Henman. It's Tabara who hits the ball long.
Well, this could be construed as a match point. It shouldn't be, because this match has been so tight, really, but it's a break point for us. For a 5-2 lead. And that is healthy for British hopes. Clever choice of shot, I must say.
Oh, how good was that again from Tabara? I mean, Henman doing everything right. I mean, just so deep to the baseline, and even that pickup. But Tabara so cool under pressure.
Well, Tabara hit that pretty hard.
Advantage. Tabara.
Crunched Henman's racket.
Still reeling from that forehand that Tabara picked up on the break point.
Yeah, Tabara.
Well, pity that. So close.
Henman is by 4 games to 3. Final
Quite a
set.
difference between 4-3 and 5-2.
Thank you.
He is looking threatening as well, Tabara. That was why that second break of serve was so vital.
Magnificent volley. Crunching shot coming from Tabara cross court.
When you watch a guy like Tabara, you just think how frightening the depth in men's tennis is. Henman having to play exquisite tennis to stay ahead.
Yep. timely visit to the net again from Henman.
Well, he's had to bide his time at the back of the court. You can't just charge in against Tabara. You can do it to a certain extent, but also when you get into those sort of rallies, this isn't about a guy you can bluff. You've got to come in on some quality, and Henman finally managed to do that.
Aiming for the high kicker again, I think, to the backhand. Yeah, well played.
And the forehand has been phenomenal in the last couple of games for Henman. It's been the key shot. He's delivered the goods exactly when he needed it.
Four to 15, 2 chances to go to 5-3. Takes the first one, 5-3 it is, but that is not safety because Tabara has been serving very, very well, defending his own serve.
What a match it's been. What a contest. And Henman potentially for the second time in this tournament coming from 2 sets to 1 down.
Yeah, it's been a really valiant effort.
And there's that difficulty of trying to see that serve early enough and get it either on the chip or trying to hit the forehand as he elected to do there. Double faults match the aces for Tabara. 14 apiece.
Tabara usually follows up his double faults with a very good serve. Well, let's see if he does again. This has been a real mixed bag, this service game. Exquisite shot, absolutely fantastic shot in the circumstances at the end of this titanic struggle of nearly 3.5 hours to play a shot of that delicacy.
And again, the most impressive thing is doing the right thing at the right time and creating your own opportunities.
Well, this point is reasonably big, isn't it, after 3.5 hours match point. Fabulous ending, fabulous, absolutely incredible. Mark and I sit here totally unbiased, and yet we metaphorically give a standing ovation to this guy for the match he played and also for the effort that Tabara put in himself. That is one great win, Mark.
Tremendous win for Henman. I mean, unbelievable effort to pull himself back from the disappointment of losing that third set. And again, only he understands how much pain he's going through in terms of the injury that no doubt he is carrying. But again, he's probably proved his critics wrong, and he's pulled out a match that at times you felt he was going to lose. But Henman proving the will to win is great up.